Have you ever woken up feeling more tired than when you went to bed? Or maybe you find yourself tossing and turning all night, wondering why sleep just doesn't come as easily as it used to? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, our sleep patterns change, and sometimes, the habits we've held onto for years might actually be working against us. Today, we're going to talk about 4 dangerous sleeping habits that many people over 70 unknowingly fall into. Habits that can leave you feeling exhausted, foggy, and even put your health at risk. The good news? Once you know what they are, you can start making small changes that lead to better, deeper, and more refreshing sleep. Now I know what you might be thinking. I've slept this way for decades, why change now? But here's the thing. Our bodies aren't the same at 70 as they were at 40 or even 60. What worked for us back then might not be serving us well today. And when it comes to sleep, quality matters just as much as quantity. So let's dive into the first dangerous habit: sleeping too much during the day. It's easy to think that a long nap in the afternoon is just what you need to recharge, especially if you didn't sleep well the night before. But here's the catch. Too much daytime sleep can actually make it harder to fall asleep at night. It throws off your natural sleep-wake cycle, leaving you wide awake when you should be winding down. Now, I'm not saying you should cut out naps altogether. A short 20 to 30-minute power nap can be refreshing without disrupting your nighttime rest. But if you're spending hours dozing in your favorite chair, it might be time to rethink your routine. Try setting a gentle alarm to keep naps brief. Or if you're feeling sluggish, opt for a little movement instead. A short walk or some light stretching can work wonders for your energy levels. The second habit we need to talk about is going to bed at inconsistent times. Life after 70 often comes with more freedom in your schedule, and that's a wonderful thing. But when bedtime becomes a moving target, sometimes at 9 p.m., other times at midnight, your body struggles to find its rhythm. Think of it like a musician trying to play a song without a steady beat. Without consistency, your internal clock gets confused, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. If you've been going to bed whenever you feel tired, try setting a regular bedtime, even on weekends. It doesn't have to be rigid, but aiming for the same general window each night helps train your body to expect sleep at that time. And if you're not sleepy when bedtime rolls around, resist the urge to stay up much later. Instead, create a calming pre-sleep routine. Maybe a warm cup of herbal tea, a good book, or some gentle music, to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Now, these first 2 habits are just the beginning. There are 2 more that could be quietly sabotaging your sleep, and we'll talk about those next. But for now, take a moment to think about your own routine. Are long naps or irregular bedtimes playing a role in your restless nights? Small adjustments can make a big difference, and the best part is you can start tonight. You know, sometimes the things we do to try and help our sleep can actually backfire, especially as we get older. We might think we're doing everything right, only to wake up feeling like we barely slept at all. That's why it's so important to take a closer look at our habits, because the smallest changes can lead to the biggest improvements. Now let's talk about the third dangerous sleep habit: staying in bed for too long when you can't sleep. How many times have you found yourself lying awake in the middle of the night, watching the clock, growing more frustrated by the minute? It's a miserable feeling, and the natural response is often to stay put, hoping sleep will come if you just wait it out. But here's the problem. When you spend too much time in bed not sleeping, your brain starts associating your bed with wakefulness instead of rest. So, what's the solution? If you've been lying there for more than 20 or 30 minutes without drifting off, get up. Move to another room and do something quiet and relaxing. Read a book under soft lighting, listen to calming music, or practice some deep breathing. The key is to avoid anything stimulating, like bright screens or stressful tasks. Once you start feeling drowsy again, then go back to bed. This way, you retrain your brain to see your bedroom as a place for sleep, not frustration. And here's something else to consider: the nighttime glass of wine or nightcap. Now I know this one might be a little tough to hear, especially if you enjoy winding down with a drink in the evening. It might even feel like it helps you relax and fall asleep faster. But alcohol has a sneaky way of disrupting sleep later in the night. It can interfere with your deep sleep cycles, leading to more frequent awakenings, and leaving you feeling less rested in the morning. If you do enjoy a drink, try having it earlier in the evening, say with dinner instead of right before bed, and see if that makes a difference. Or swap it out for a caffeine-free herbal tea, like chamomile or valerian root, which can actually support better sleep. Now these two habits, lying awake in bed and relying on alcohol to fall asleep, are common traps, but the good news is, they're also fixable. And the best part? You don't have to make huge changes overnight. Small tweaks, like getting up when you can't sleep or adjusting the timing of your evening drink, can lead to much better rest over time. But we're not done yet. There's one more dangerous sleep habit we need to talk about, one that might be the most surprising of all. So let's keep going, because the more you know, the better you'll sleep. You've made it this far, which tells me something important. You truly care about getting the restful, rejuvenating sleep you deserve. And that's wonderful, because the final dangerous habit we need to discuss might be the most overlooked of all: ignoring your bedroom environment. Think about it. When was the last time you really considered whether your bedroom is set up for sleep success? Many of us don't give it much thought, but the truth is, small things like light, noise, and even temperature can have a huge impact on how well you sleep. As we age, we often become more sensitive to these factors without even realizing it. Let's start with light. Even the glow from a hallway nightlight or a digital clock can interfere with your body's production of melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep. Our eyes become more sensitive to light as we get older, so what didn't bother you at 50 might be keeping you awake at 70. Try blackout curtains or a comfortable sleep mask to create true darkness. And if you get up during the night, use a dim red or amber nightlight. These colors are less disruptive to sleep than white or blue light. Now what about noise? Maybe you've always been able to sleep through certain sounds, but as we age, our sleep becomes lighter and more easily disturbed. If outside noises or a snoring partner are problems, consider a white noise machine, or even a simple fan to create steady, soothing background sound. And here's one that surprises many people: temperature. Our body temperature naturally drops when we sleep, and many seniors find they sleep better in a slightly cooler room. If you're often waking up feeling too warm, try lowering your thermostat a degree or two, using breathable bedding, or wearing lighter pajamas. These might seem like small details, but when combined, they create an environment that actively supports good sleep rather than working against it. And that's really what we've been talking about throughout this entire conversation: recognizing the habits that no longer serve us and replacing them with ones that do. Let's take a moment to recap what we've covered. Oversleeping during the day can disrupt your natural sleep rhythm. Inconsistent bedtimes confuse your internal clock. Lying awake in bed trains your brain to associate your bed with frustration. Evening alcohol might help you fall asleep, but harms sleep quality. And finally, an unsupportive bedroom environment can undermine even your best efforts. The beautiful thing is, you don't have to change everything at once. Pick one or two areas to focus on first. Maybe start with setting a more regular bedtime or improving your bedroom darkness. Small steps lead to big changes over time. Remember, sleep is one of the most powerful tools we have for maintaining our health, energy, and joy as we age. When we sleep well, we think more clearly, have more patience with our loved ones, and simply feel better in our bodies. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these habits resonated most with you? Have you tried making any of these changes before? Your experiences might help someone else who's struggling with similar issues. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really does help others discover it. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel for more practical tips on living your best life after 70. Here's to your health, your happiness, and many nights of wonderful sleep ahead. After all, every new day is a gift, and when we're well rested, we're better able to enjoy each and every one. Sweet dreams, my friend.